Most men think attraction is about impressing a woman, but what if the real secret is knowing the hidden triggers she can't even see? Women have deep-seated psychological responses and sensitivities, just like men do. The issue is, almost no one knows how to identify or activate them. Today, we're revealing the subtle feminine vulnerabilities that most guys completely miss. Understand these, and you'll transform every interaction you have. 1. The magnetic power of unshakable calm. Women are deeply emotional creatures. This isn't a weakness. It's how they experience reality. They don't just listen to your words. They sense your entire energy field. This is where nearly every man fails. He argues with logic, while his own nervous system screams insecurity. A woman's true attraction begins where she feels psychologically safe. Not from your job or your smile, but from the steady calm you hold within. Her unconscious mind is constantly asking one question. Does this man have emotional strength? Can he be my anchor when everything feels chaotic? It isn't physical power that draws her in. It's the man whose spirit doesn't tremble. When you meet a woman, her brain instantly mirrors your state. If you're anxious, she absorbs that tension. If you're centered, she relaxes without understanding why. This is neural harmony. Two systems syncing. Your emotional control signals safety to her biology, and safety is a surprising bedrock of passion. That's why losing your cool is so damaging. It's not about being dramatic. It's a primal alarm. Historically, a volatile man meant peril. You're not just boring her. You're triggering an ancient survival reflex. Now, consider the opposite. A man who remains solid during conflict becomes a sanctuary. When she unleashes emotion, he contains it and offers clarity. When she is upset, he doesn't rush to solve it. He provides a peaceful space for her storm to pass. This is a hidden dynamic. Feminine energy seeks masculine stillness. This isn't about hiding your feelings. It's about mastering them so they don't master you. A man who is silent inside himself becomes a refuge. When a man integrates his emotional nature, he doesn't drown in chaos. He navigates it. That man projects a profound peace, not because his life is perfect, but because his core is solid. The Stoics call this the inner citadel. To a woman, it feels like entering a sacred space where she is protected. Here's the paradox. She will test your calm just to experience it. Her emotional waves aren't attacks. They are requests for you to lead. If you join her chaos, you get lost in it. If you hold your ground, she rises to meet your level. You become the unmovable mountain. True emotional stability isn't passive. It's a quiet, spiritual authority. Your presence speaks before you do. Her conscious mind may not grasp why, but her body recognizes a signal. In a noisy world, the centered man stands apart. He doesn't argue. He observes. And through that observation, he wins. 2. The irresistible pull of mystery. We are wired to want what feels just out of reach. The instant something is guaranteed, the mind devalues it. Certainty extinguishes mystery, and mystery is the fuel of desire. Every woman operates under the same psychological rule, the scarcity principle. The less available something seems, the more dopamine, the chemical pursuit, her brain releases. She longs for what she can almost, but not quite, have. This is the secret most men miss. Her attraction is sparked by your elusiveness, not just your presence. The female psyche evolved to decipher emotional puzzles. When a man's inner world is an enigma, her mind becomes obsessed with solving it. Modern science calls this the dopamine loop. Desire flourishes on anticipation, not satisfaction. The waiting, the uncertainty, the unanswered question, each creates a small, addictive thrill. Philosophers understood this long ago. The thrill lies in the gap between wanting and having. The moment we possess something completely, the magic fades. This is what men don't get. Women chase emotional elevation, not just affection. The overly eager man destroys that elevation. He floods it with attention and kills all mystery. In contrast, a man with a compelling life outside of her becomes psychologically magnetic. His time has value. His absence has weight. This isn't about playing games. It's about possessing depth. When a man's purpose is bigger than a relationship, a woman feels the pull of his gravity. She doesn't want to be your universe. She wants to visit a universe that's already thriving. She doesn't chase love. She chases a man whose soul has depth. So how do you apply this? You reveal yourself gradually, like pages in a book. You create pauses for her imagination to fill. You leave room for curiosity, because curiosity builds a bridge to true longing. Understand, once a woman feels she has fully conquered you, her instinctive drive sleeps. The tension vanishes. But when you keep a part of yourself reserved, your inner thoughts, your mission, your time, she will keep reaching. Not because she likes mind games, but because your mystery reawakens her sense of wonder. 3. The unspoken power of presence and voice. One of the most overlooked triggers of attraction is a resonant, calm voice and a commanding presence. Studies confirm that deeper voices are linked to perceptions of confidence and leadership. This isn't random, it's evolutionary. A low tone communicates strength and stability. But it's more than your voice. It's your entire aura. Women are drawn to men who own their space without force. Presence is what you emit before you speak. Your posture, your movements, your steady gaze. A man of strength moves with intention. He holds eye contact comfortably. He speaks with measured pace, as if each word has value. Conversely, a weak presence shouts from a slouched posture, fidgeting hands, and a hesitant voice. These silently betray a lack of self-assurance. To captivate effortlessly, cultivate this aura. The more calm and self-possessed you are, the more weight your words will carry when you choose to use them. For the ultimate attraction is freedom. If you want to affect a woman deeply, never chase her. Let her feel you could walk away at any moment and be perfectly content. Because her core trigger isn't merely desire, it's the fear of loss. What we might lose becomes infinitely more precious. In psychology, this is loss aversion. The pain of losing something is felt twice as powerfully as the joy of gaining it. For a woman, this works beneath conscious thought. When your presence feels guaranteed, her nervous system grows numb to it. Predictability breeds indifference. But when she senses your attention as a gift, not a given, her mind fixates on you. She starts to picture life without your steady energy. Here's the crucial paradox. When she creates distance, most men panic. They text more, explain more, plead for understanding. In doing so, they trade respect for reassurance, revealing their deepest insecurity. Their word depends on her reaction. Women test not to break you, but to find your center. When she pulls back, her silent question is, will you remain solid when I am gone? If you fracture, she sees a facade. If you stay calm and self-contained, you trigger a deep, ancient admiration. A man who can leave isn't being cruel. He simply knows his own value is not for negotiation. He practices non-attachment, the ability to care deeply without losing himself. When a woman senses this power, everything changes. You are no longer the man who needs her. You become the man she could lose. And that rewires her entire emotional response. Women are intuitive emotional economists. They measure your worth not by what you give, but by what you confidently hold back. A man who gives everything has no value left to protect. The man who stays by choice, not need, becomes irresistible. This is the mechanism of intermittent reinforcement, the same pattern that fuels addiction. It's the healthy unpredictability that keeps the mind engaged. When you stop overgiving, you create space. And in that space, her imagination begins to work for you. 5. A man on a mission is her kryptonite. A woman's true weakness is not a man's looks or wallet. It's his direction, the sense that he is dedicated to something far bigger than her approval. Purpose is masculine gravity, an invisible force that pulls everything toward it. A man with a mission doesn't chase. He progresses. And the world, including women, adjusts to his momentum. Biologically, this signals evolutionary fitness, a predictable provider and protector. A woman feels this instantly. A man who wakes up for a cause beyond her feels emotionally independent. And that independence, paradoxically, makes her want to connect more deeply. She is wired to align with strength, not to repair neediness. This is a will to power in action, the drive to create order from chaos. A woman senses this in your rhythm, how you handle failure, how you keep your eyes on the horizon. Here's the paradox most men miss. Make her your mission and you kill the attraction. Make your mission your core and you ignite hers. She doesn't want to be the center of your world. She wants an invitation into a world that's already moving. If you build that world with focus, she'll feel privileged to be near it. But if you orbit her, she'll eventually long for a man with stronger gravity. The man on a mission doesn't wait for her text. He doesn't drop his purpose for her mood. He is creating, not convincing. And that quiet certainty is what captivates completely. Women don't fall for men who want them. They fall for men who want something more than them. In that greater purpose, she sees the archetypal masculine leader her biology is designed to follow. Ask yourself, what are you building that will continue as she left? What vision wakes you up early? If you have no answer, you are already replaceable. Stop chasing love. Start cultivating a purpose so compelling that she asks to join the journey. 6. The art of strategic openness. Vulnerability is delicate. Too much, and you seem fragile. Too little, and you seem closed off. Women aren't attracted to emotional walls, nor to emotional floods. They are drawn to the man who governs his heart. True connection happens when a man speaks from a place of clarity, not chaos. You acknowledge feelings without letting them rule you. You share past wounds only after you forge them into wisdom. A man in control of his emotions creates powerful tension. When he chooses to open up, it feels like an honor. She senses he could have remained silent, but he let her in. That choice carries immense weight. But when a man overshares, venting, seeking constant comfort, he unknowingly places her above him. His emotions become a burden, not a bridge, and that dependence erodes attraction. A man's emotional world should be like the sea, visibly powerful, yet profoundly calm. Women are pulled toward men who can be soft without ever being weak. Men whose openness feels like a display of strength, not a surrender. 7. Her instinct to test your frame. Most men don't recognize the constant, subtle tests women perform. These aren't mean-spirited, they're instinctual. A woman's subconscious is always probing for proof of your stability, your self-control, your core strength. She might challenge your views to see if you bend. She might create minor friction to gauge your reaction. She might play indifferent to test if you'll seek her validation. This is ancient, hardwired behavior scanning for a leader. If you fold under pressure, she feels uneasy. If you react with emotion, she senses instability. The secret? Remain unshaken. When tested, don't explain, plead, or get angry. Breathe. Observe. Respond with calm firmness. If she withdraws, let her. If she returns, welcome her without making her pay. Her tests are gates to deeper trust. Passing them tells her she can finally relax in your presence. Remember, women only test men they see potential in. The test itself is a sign of curiosity. The danger isn't in being tested. It's in failing emotionally. A man who stays calm under pressure becomes magnetically attractive because his calm feels like unbreakable power. 8. Unbreakable confidence after no. Most men dread rejection, seeing it as a verdict on their worth. But rejection is not failure. It's evidence of self-value. It proves you are acting from choice, not desperation. Women are finally attuned to how a man handles a no. When you stay composed, smile, and walk away with dignity, you demonstrate an abundant mindset. The belief that your worth is internal and cannot be diminished. Desperate men chase because they believe they have no other options. Grounded men move forward because they know they themselves are the option. The moment she senses you don't need her approval, your entire image transforms. If she says no, your response is simple. I understand. All the best. No bitterness, no last-minute flattery. Just clean, respectful detachment. That quiet confidence is disarming. Rejection only wounds those who build their identity on external validation. True confidence is self-contained and radiant. When you stop seeking permission to feel valuable, you become the prize. And soon, even those who turned you away may start chasing the piece they once overlooked. 9. The man she can't quite figure out. When a woman always knows exactly what you're thinking, she stops wondering. And when she stops wondering, she stops wanting. Curiosity is the engine of lasting attraction. This isn't about deceit. It's about self-possession. You are thoughtful with your words, deliberate with your emotions, and intentional with your energy. You reveal yourself in layers, never all at once. Signs you're overexposed, instant replies to every message, constant reassurance, sharing every emotional detail. Each one murders intrigue because it removes all tension. A high-value man doesn't hide. He simply doesn't feel the need to explain himself to be understood. He moves to his own rhythm, creating an aura of healthy unpredictability. She never fully knows his next thought, and that keeps her thoughts on him. In the space your composed silence creates, her own emotions come alive. Desire isn't built on total transparency. It's built on a sense of wonder for what lies beneath the surface. Don't chase pleasure. Chase mastery. If this resonated with you, help us grow. Like this video to support the channel, Winds of Thought, and share with a friend who needs to hear it. Keep walking the path.